Hey guys, welcome back to the Wood and Metal Workshop. I'm Kent. Today we're starting out on a treat especial. Oh wait, wrong channel again, sorry. We got something special going on. We're building a heavy work table for a client of mine. And we've gotten lucky and we scored a piece of 1-inch plate for the cost of 1/2-inch plate. So that's going to be our top. So it's going to be really heavy. We're going with a 2.5-inch tube with a 3/16 inch wall because a piece of 2-inch square will slide right inside of it. That'll allow us to go ahead and use a receiver mount type tooling in here like I have on my table. You can see in the table video that came out the other day. Probably by the time you see this, probably about a month ago, you can go back and look at it. I'll put a link up here. And so we're going to go ahead and get this stuff marked out for drilling and welding on some captured nuts, and then we're going to go ahead and clamp it down to the table and get to welding. So let's get this stuff marked out. This is the layout for the base. The legs will get attached to this, add some gussets, and a bottom shelf. So this is what's going to hold our top in place. So we're going to have receiver tube mounts here, 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 and etc. So, got a bunch of stuff to mark out here. I got my drawing here behind me so I can refer to it. So I make sure I get this stuff right, because I hate it when I don't get it right. So we're going to mark for our captured nut. We're going to come in 2 inches on these end pieces. These all get marked at 2. Alright guys, we got all the holes drilled, and we're just going to go ahead and weld all the nuts on, and then jig this up for tacking and start getting it welded together. Alright guys, when we left off we were getting all the captured nuts welded in place, getting those all set up. Now we're ready to start laying out and putting stuff together off camera. I went ahead and did some more stuff. I got the bases for the leveling feet made up. I used the lathe and went and took the flattened out the heads of these 3/4 inch 10 bolts, and then flap disc to take the coating off. These get welded onto these. That's coming up here soon, but we move these out of the way. Here's the bases for the casters. They're a little long. Left them a little long here because I don't know exactly how they're going to mount. So got those ready, and now we can start our layout. Okay, now that it's all tacked up, we're going to go ahead and flip it over and start welding it solid. So I'm going to let it cool for about probably 10 minutes, just relieve some of the stress in the tacks. Okay, gonna let it sit. Let those welds cool down for a little bit. That'll take some of the stress out of them while it's still in the clamps. And we'll flip it over and do the other side. I'm going to keep rotating this, so I'm always welding in the flat position. I can do that. This piece isn't so big that it can't be done, and you just get a lot better quality if you can keep going in the flat position. So, alright guys, we'll be right back.